Sobrang init. Comment down below kung naniniwala na kayong lumipat na yung araw sa tabi ng Pilipinas. What is up, Diskarte Fam? Welcome back to another episode of Diskarte with Mendy, and in this episode, we talk about 9 skills that you can develop in your free time, and then as you gain experience down the road, there's a high likelihood that you make money out of these skills. Skill number 1 is communicating better or public speaking. According to a study by sociologist Andrew Zachary, oral communication skills were the #1 skill that college graduates found useful in the business world. Public speaking is dreaded by a lot of people because they're either shy or don't know what to do or don't know what to say. They usually connect public speaking with speaking in front of a large crowd, being awkward and being vulnerable. The fact is, whether you're speaking to a really large crowd or doing a presentation for work at the office, being able to speak in public is a key skill that we don't just need in business or the professional world, but life in general. Believe me when I say that learning how to speak or communicate clearly opens up a plethora of benefits. For one, it can boost your confidence because you get comfortable in social settings. You can stand out in the workforce if you do it right, yung hindi ka sip-sip. You can also use it to level up your leadership qualities because a majority of the time, good speakers equate to good leaders. A majority of the great historical figures throughout our history are great speakers. And on top of that, on top of being recognized as a possible leader or a leader, there is a high chance that you get even more opportunities. Overall, public speaking enables you to provide information that either resonates with the people listening to you and either win them over, convince them, provoke your thoughts, and maybe even motivate them. Skill number 2 is writing. The same with public speaking, a lot of people fear writing. Some people feel as though every time you write, you either have to write a novel or use highfalutin words to make sense. In reality, you just really have to learn the fundamentals. Take time to sit down, learn them, because when you do, there is a lot of jobs and opportunities that can pop up. Well, for one, for the majority of the people, when you go through an interview, most employers require good writing skills no matter what the position is. If you want to work in marketing, public relations, obviously if you want to become a teacher, or even in business when you're communicating with your suppliers, when you're writing a proposal, when you're writing your business plan, knowing how to write decently. You don't even have to be an expert. Knowing how to write decently and maybe even developing that down the road into becoming an expert can and will have a high impact in your career, whichever path you take. Number 3 is 2 parts. The first part is the habit of reading, not necessarily a skill. And the second part is the skill of speed reading. A wise man once said that the more you read, the more things you will know. And that the more you learn, the more places you will go. For the most of us, reading is something that we do lesser and lesser as we age and as we grow old. But developing the habit of continuously reading plus learning the skill of speed reading is a combo that has so many benefits and that you should take advantage of. Reading gives you a peek into a world or a place in the world that you may not really ever experience physically or feel and see and emotions. As a matter of fact, reading can increase your empathy, your capability to empathize as you dive into the narrator's or the character's own personal emotions from their perspective. Some books may provide you a wealth of knowledge and wisdom which you might seldomly get from videos or other forms of media. And here's my favorite thing about reading. It is backed by data and science that the more you are exposed to vocabulary as a child and growing up, there is a tendency for you to get higher scores on general exams and may also mean a balanced or even a higher level of IQ and EQ as you age. And so with all of these benefits of reading, I really think speed reading would be a good skill to pick up. I'm trying to learn speed reading myself, and the biggest thing that I've gotten out of it is that it really improves your concentration. Actually, it's all about concentration. And because of that same concentration, speed reading allows you to obviously read faster. Second is that you pay more attention to the things you read and you take the knowledge that you read and retain it better. Plus, on top of that retention, you can actually better comprehend in greater depth and accuracy all the things that you read. And lastly, you might enjoy reading more because you simply spend less time doing it. Ito sa tingin ko, if you are subscribed to me, you've heard me say this before, and that is learn video and photo editing. I have a bias with this skill because I experienced it firsthand and also I run a business on it, which is why I've always spoken about this even in my early videos. There is and there will always be a lot of demand for video and photo editors, graphic designers. And what's great about this is something that you can do completely on the side. Learning this skill is way easier when you're young because you are able to be more creative, plus you are able to integrate yourself or learn technology faster than us adults. But that doesn't mean to say that if you're an adult, you can pick this skill up. There's so many free resources out there. There's so many free softwares out there. All you have to do is practice. And again, the great thing about this is you can do all of this in your spare time. You can practice in your free time. You can practically work with clients in your free time. And if you're thinking about the money, yes, you can make a lot of money out of this as long as you have enough experience, you have a decent portfolio, you know how to market and sell yourself. Learning this skill at any age can make you income. Next up is exercise and fitness. This is infinitely important for more than a variety of reasons. The first, and I would say the biggest reason why you want to learn this, even if you're not gonna turn it into a profession or if you're not gonna make money out of it, is the fact that it will be very, very good for yourself, because simply the more you age, the more difficult it is for your body to regulate your weight and to regulate your bodily functions and to regulate pretty much everything that you put in your mouth. And again, this applies no matter what age, even if you're young. According to some studies, higher physical fitness and higher physical levels are associated with improved cognitive performance. But if you do want to turn this into a profession, I don't see the demand for personal trainers going down, because take it from me, it is very different when you are working out and someone is there telling you what to do and monitoring your performance, monitoring your weight. And the fact that the new norm is working half and half at the office and at home. People can so much so as watch videos to get physically fit, but it is very different if you have an actual physical trainer there or a nutritionist. What's great about this skill is there's so many resources out there, both paid and free. And then eventually the most important thing is that you get an actual certificate, or if you want to go to school for it, why not? Because again, I think there will be no lesser of a demand for this type of skill. And lastly, learning how to craft or repair. This may seem simple, but there are so many positive things that can come out of knowing how things work and being able to either craft your own or repair them. One obvious benefit is that you can save a lot of money by being able to repair things instead of having to replace them, or you become a little bit more conscious as a consumer because you know how things work. And because of that, you know what will save you money, and you might even end up with higher quality things. Or if you're into crafting, I can't begin to explain the joy and amazing feeling that I get whenever I used to craft things. At one point in my life, I was going through something mentally, a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, panic attacks, so I picked up crafting. I did woodworking, I used to make cabinets with my father, and then eventually I saw lightsabers, Arduinos, microchips, programming. I picked that up just as a way to get my mind off the stress. But because of that, at one point in time, a lot of people were messaging me to get their lightsabers repaired, and I charged a lot of money because that was a difficult thing to do. And again, if you're into, crafting earrings, bracelets, necklaces, clothes, whatever it is, learn a crafting or a repairing skill now, because the more experience you get as you begin to offer your services as a paid service, trust me, you can make a lot of money on the side with this. The last three things I am not going to expand on because they are glaringly obvious that you need these skills, and those are the skill of business, the skill of investing, and the skill of never giving up. Yes, that is a skill that not a lot of people have. Guys, there's a lot more skills out there, but my point is, and my wish is, this year, now, beginning now, you decide to learn a new skill. Pick up something new. Go out of your comfort zone and improve yourself. Talking about making money on the side and personal growth, I've got videos of those right here where I talk about them extensively. That is it for this episode, Diskarte Fam. I hope you like the way I do my videos now. I work so hard to do these, so if you can, please smash the like button as well as hit subscribe for more videos like this one. And as I always say at the end of every episode, stay healthy, keep humble, and appreciate the small things. My name is Mendy, and this has been Diskarte with Mendy. The way I deliver they pro